Hello, I'm Dr. Martin Brown, chiropractor. I'd like to welcome you to the Chiropractic Wellness Workshop. For many years, I've been teaching people how to live a healthier life. You know, in this country, we really don't have a healthcare system. What we have is a sickness care system. Think about it for a moment. When do you use so-called health care and health insurance? When you're healthy or when you're sick? If you're like most people, it's when you're already sick. Well, today I'm going to tell you about how to maintain your health and how your body heals itself. Do you remember the last time you cut yourself? You probably washed the wound, put some salve or cream on it, and covered it with a Band-Aid. Within a short period of time, a scab formed, and before you realized it, you had new skin there as if nothing had ever happened. Your body somehow knew how to create new skin cells from the food that you ate. Before I tell you how your body knew what to do to heal you, first I need to review with you what true health is. According to the World Health Organization, health is defined as a state of optimal well-being, not just the absence of disease. Webster's dictionary defines it a little differently. According to Webster, health is a condition of wholeness where all the organs are functioning 100% all the time. This gives us the health formula. Wholeness plus function plus time equals health. Let's examine the key words here. What do you think he means by wholeness? Wholeness means having all your parts. Some people may have been born deficient in some of the parts, or lost them through accidents or surgery. Unfortunately, if you don't have all your parts, you can't experience 100% health. Therefore, it's essential to make the most of the parts you have. Another key concept that we cannot change is time. The time in your life before you knew what health is gone forever. That leaves us with function, the only part of the health formula that we can have any control over to improve our health. Let's explore this further. Gray's Anatomy textbook tells us that it is the purpose of the brain and nerve system to control and coordinate the function of all the parts of the body. In order to better understand and appreciate all of this, we're going to use the life reprint, Life Before Birth, to go back in time to before you were you. This includes the first ever microscopic pictures of a fetus in utero. The first slide we see is a field of sperm cells swimming around randomly. In contrast to this is this second field of sperm cells in the presence of an ovum or egg. All the sperm cells are swimming in one direction for a purpose. This slide shows the process of fertilization where one sperm enters the ovum. Following fertilization, a wall forms around the ovum, preventing any further penetration. At this time, the new cell begins to divide. One cell becomes 2, 2 become 4, 4 become 8, etc. The next step is called specialization. Groups of cells form tissues that take on specialized shape and function. The first tissue to form is the central nerve system, the future brain and spinal cord. This is necessary as the nerve system is the major control system of the whole body. The two lobes of the brain can clearly be seen at 3.5 weeks. At 4 weeks, the heart and circulatory system have developed and are visible. And at 5 weeks, a developing eye is present, as well as buds that will form the arms and legs. At 6 weeks, development continues and the spinal cord can clearly be seen. This picture at 6.5 weeks shows the umbilical cord connecting the embryo to the mother. At 11 weeks, the fetus is still only 2.5 inches long. At 16 weeks, the fetus is now 5.5 inches long, and growth is rapid in its crowded quarters. At 18 weeks, we see the baby sucking its thumb, practicing to take nutrition after birth. And at 28 weeks, development is virtually complete. After this, the baby gets stronger and larger, preparing to survive in the outside world. This process of development is guided by the innate intelligence of life. It occurs the same way, perfectly every time, as long as there is no interference to the process. As we say, nature needs no help, just no interference. The chiropractic definition of life is called the triune, meaning having 3 parts. The innate intelligence, which uses the nerve force or impulses to run the physical body. Your innate intelligence is able to run your body to its full potential as long as there is no interference to the nerve system relaying messages between the brain and the body. This chart shows the nerve connections from the brain to all the outer parts of the body. And this chart shows the connections to all the internal parts of the body. All the organs get a vital nerve supply from the brain. The sensory organs in the head, the heart, the lungs, stomach, liver, intestines, bladder, sexual organs, etc. There is a major interference that can affect your nerve system and thus your innate intelligence. This is known as vertebral subluxation. It occurs when your spinal column, which is supposed to protect your spinal cord and nerves, is not aligned and functioning properly, and thus causes damage to the nerve system. Vertebral subluxation causes a lack of health, and its damage will result in disease and suffering. Uncorrected, it sets the stage for premature aging and degeneration. There are basically 3 types of stresses that cause vertebral subluxation in the body. The first one is fairly obvious and consists of physical stress and strain to the body. This includes major things like falls and accidents, as well as minor things such as repetitive activities and poor posture. The second set of stresses includes mental factors like anger, guilt, work and home stress, etc. This mental stress
overcomes the normal muscle tone of the body and results in tight muscles and spasm, blocking proper function of your spine. The third set of causes of vertebral subluxation refers to chemical toxins in the body which interfere with spine and nerve function. These include things such as smoking and other air pollution, food additives, and drugs and medications. It is important to remember that these stressors, physical, mental, and chemical, are part of our everyday living and are not going to go away. Therefore, everyone is subject to vertebral subluxation every day. People often ask me why they see children and infants getting adjusted in our office. Our children are subjected to many of the same stresses we are. However, in addition, the birth process is a serious source of subluxation for them. As you can see in the following slides, the birth process results in serious pressure being applied to the baby's neck, whether by hand, forceps, or the cesarean birth procedure. Later, children suffer many traumas, learning to walk and falling, getting into sports, riding bikes, and the general bruises of everyday activities. These many stressful impacts result in vertebral subluxations in children from the moment of birth and recurring throughout childhood. These subluxations prevent the child from functioning at its best. Correcting these subluxations allows the child to express its full potential and health. In conclusion, it is the purpose of medicine and medical doctors to diagnose and treat symptoms and disease. Medicine deals with disease and death. In contrast, chiropractic corrects vertebral subluxation to allow the innate intelligence of life to express itself fully, to allow normal function and healing as a result. Chiropractic deals with health and life. That's the chiropractic story. Chiropractors correct vertebral subluxations so that you can live a fuller, happier, and healthier life. I could tell you about the millions of people who have been helped by chiropractic around the country, or the many thousands whom we have helped enjoy better health through our care. But it's now time to find out for yourself. I see your next step as a first step. Call me for an appointment or a phone consultation at 641-6880 or email me at drbrown@brownchiro.net. I'll be happy to talk and meet with you. Thank you.